Hi, my name is Carl. Welcome back to this channel, or welcome to this channel if it's your first time here. So, this time I'm going to do something a little bit different. It's not going to be a language related video, but instead, grocery store price comparison video. So, I've seen a lot of videos where people compare usually USA with UK, the prices in grocery stores, but I've never seen one with Finland and Estonia, so I thought, why not do it myself? I'm gonna be honest, it took me a lot of time and effort to do this video. I've actually tried to shoot this exact video 2 times already, and I've had so many problems with internet, and plus there was filming in the store, so I would really appreciate if you'd hit a like and comment and share this video with others if you like it. And yeah, but enough of that. So the store that I chose to make comparison in is Prisma. Prisma is a Finnish grocery store chain that also operates in Estonia, so in both Finland and Estonia. That's why I chose this one. Although I heard that Estonia Prisma is going to be taken over by its competitor, Coop, which is kind of sad because Prisma is my favorite grocery store in Estonia and in Finland also. There are some other things that I should mention before we start with the comparison. First of all, the store that I chose to shop in Finland was Prisma Cello, which is one of the biggest grocery stores in Finland. Not number one, but definitely in top 5. I wasn't able to film in Finnish Prisma as much as in Estonian one. Firstly, because I was there Saturday afternoon, but there were so many people, so I wasn't able to like freely film there. So I apologize for that in advance. But in Estonia, I chose Rocca al Mare Prisma, which is the biggest grocery store in Estonia by square meter. So both of these Prismas are about the same size. I think the Estonian one is a little bit bigger. I thought it would be fairest if both of the stores would be about the same size. So yeah, that's why I chose these ones. And I had the luxury of visiting the Estonian one hour before closing time, so it was much easier to film there. The way I'm going to compare the prices is by weight, in kilograms or liters, etc. There are some exceptions to that rule though, like with eggs and probably something else, but otherwise it's going to be by weight by kilogram or liters. And final thing that I should mention before we start with the comparison is that VAT tax, or value added tax, in Finland and Estonia is different. So in Estonia it is 24%, and in Finland it is 13.5%. But I'm not going to take that into account. I'm just going to watch and compare prices as you have to pay them at the checkout. I made a separate video actually that I'm going to watch with you now, and I'm going to comment on it. And we're starting with dairy products. And regular milk in Finland was 95 cents per liter. And regular milk in Estonia was 93 cents per liter. This was actually in 1.5 liter package. There's this plastic bag milk in Estonia too, but it's not available in Finland, so we won't take it into account. Unflavored yogurt in Finland was €1.49 per kilogram. And in Estonia, it was €1.78 per kilogram. The cheapest cheese that I could find was €5.30 in Finland. The cheapest cheese in Prisma Rocca al Mare was €5.98 per kilogram. Finnish butter was €7.30 per kilogram. The cheapest butter in Estonia wasn't actually Estonian one, it was a Latvian one, and it was €5.15 per kilogram. The cheapest eggs in Finland were €2.19 for 10 eggs. And in Estonia, the exact same eggs were €1.89. So as you can see in this summary, milk was cheaper, a little bit cheaper in Estonia, yogurt in Finland, cheese in Finland, butter in Estonia, and eggs in Estonia. Although the butter in Estonia was Latvian one, and in Finland it was the Finnish one. So yeah, it seems that a lot of things in Estonia aren't local. And next up, it's bread products. Probably the most popular rye bread in Finland, ruisvalad, was 2 euros and 15 cents. And its Estonian equivalent, rukkipala, was 1 euro and 70 cents for the same amount. Sliced white bread for toasting was 1 euro and 96 cents per kilogram in Finland. In Estonia, it was 1 euro and 12 cents, so much cheaper, I must say. Thin crisps were 3 euros and 63 cents in Finland, and 6.83 per kilogram in Estonia, so much more expensive. Butter croissant was 10.73 per kilogram. 6.86 per kilogram in Estonia. Karelian pies in Finnish Prisma were 6 euros and 15 cents per kilogram. In Estonia, Karelian pie was 5 euros and 41 cents per kilogram. Jam-filled donuts were 7 euros and 16 cents per kilogram in Prisma Cello. And in Estonian Prisma, they were 7 euros and 89 cents, although I must say they looked a little bit sad. Now have a quick look at the summary of all the bread products. As you probably see, in Estonia, bread products are much cheaper than in Finland, mostly, usually. And now let's hop to the meat aisle. The cheapest minced meat in Finland, 50% pork, 50% beef, was 11 euros and 84 cents per kilogram. And in Estonia, I had a little bit more difficult time to find the cheapest minced meat, but it was 6.64 euros per kilogram. So it seems that in Finland, people like their chicken already prepared to smaller pieces and maybe even flavored. So it was a little bit difficult to find the cheapest chicken fillet, but it was 11.79 per kilogram. And in Estonia, chicken fillet was actually on sale for 7.99 euros per kilogram, originally over 9 euros though. Rainbow trout fillet, which is very similar to salmon, was 16 euros and 90 cents in Finland. And it was an euro more in Estonia, so 17.90 per kilogram. Here is the summary of the prices of all the meat products I chose to compare this time. And as you can see, meat seems to be cheaper in Estonia overall. What was interesting though is that the minced meat was actually exactly the same one in Finland and Estonia, and also the trout fillet. So yeah, very interesting that especially that the minced meat was so much more expensive in Finland. Now let's compare the prices of vegetables and fruits. The cheapest cucumber in Finland was this one, 2 euros and 9 cents per kilogram, and it's from Finland. And the cheapest cucumber in Estonia was actually not local, it was from Latvia, and it was 2.38. Tomato was 1 euro and 49 cents per kilogram in Finland, and it's from Finland. And tomato in Estonia was 1 euro and 18 cents per kilogram, and this one is from the Netherlands. Washed potato was 79 cents per kilogram in Finland, Finnish potato by the way. And in Estonia I had to double check the prices, but the cheapest washed potato was 98 cents per kilogram, so a bit more expensive than in Finland. And these mixed color carrots were the cheapest one in Finland, with 1 euro and 69 cents per kilogram. Carrots in Estonia were much cheaper, only 52 cents per kilogram, but they were not as fun as the Finnish ones. They were grown in Estonia. Apples were 1.19 in Finland. And the cheapest apples in Estonia were 55 cents per kilogram, although they didn't look as nice as the Finnish ones. Bananas in Finland were 1.69 and 1.18 in Estonia. Here is again the summary of this category. Interesting thing about this category is that both cucumber, tomato, and potato and carrot were from Finland in Prismacello, but it was more mixed bag in Estonia, I would say. Cucumber was from Latvia, tomato was from the Netherlands, potato was from Estonia, and carrot was also from Estonia. But yeah, in Finland it seems that you can buy more local produce than in Estonia. Next up is grains, and pasta also goes under this category. The cheapest rice in Finnish Prisma was this one, 84 cents per kilogram. In Estonian Prisma it was exactly the same product, but for 128 euros. And for pasta, I decided to compare Italian-made pasta. There are local ones too, like made more local, made in Finland and in Latvia, Lithuania, but they aren't the same thing, I would say. They're not as good. So the cheapest Italian pasta in Finnish Prisma was 1 euros and 96 cents per kilogram. It took me some time to find the cheapest Italian pasta in Estonia because there were many good priced ones, but the cheapest one was the same exact one as in Finland and it was 1 euro and 56 cents per kilogram. Oatmeal was 97 cents per kilogram in Finland. And the exact same Finnish oatmeal was 48 cents per kilogram in Estonia. And here's the summary of this category. Only rice was cheaper in Finland, all of the things that I compared, so interesting. A category for all the sweet tooths out there, so sweets. The cheapest milk chocolate in Finnish Prisma was this one, 12.90 per kilogram, and it is made in France. And the cheapest one in Estonia is also the same exact product, and it was 7 euros and 80 cents per kilogram. So the cheapest branded chocolate seemed to be this Marabou from Sweden in Estonia, and in Finland it was Banda chocolate from Finland, but I'm not going to compare these ones because they are not the cheapest. Snickers was 1.19 euros per piece in Finland. In Estonia it was 1.15 and it was not on sale, although it seems like it. Twix in Finnish Prisma was 1.19 per piece. And in Estonian Prisma it was 1.15. The price was again wrong. A family pack of vanilla ice cream was 1.25 per liter in Finland, which is mind-bogglingly cheap for Estonian. And this particular ice cream actually is from Estonia. In Estonia it was 2 euros and 28 cents, and it was a Finnish ice cream. Finnish ice cream sections in the stores are huge. I highly recommend checking them out if you visit Finland yourself, because it's impressive. Multi-pack of ice cream in Finland was only 1.19. And in Estonia the exact same product was all gone and it was 3.18. Here is the summary of all the sweet things that we compare. And ice cream seems to be much cheaper in Finland, so it's worth buying ice cream while being in Finland. And other stuff seems to be a little bit more cheaper in Estonia, except for the cheapest chocolate. That is a lot cheaper. And our final category is beverages. So Coca-Cola was 3 euros and 49 cents in Finland and 2 euros and 9 cents in Estonia, so both for 1.5 liter bottles. And let's also compare its competitor, so Pepsi, which was 3 euros and 44 cents in Finland and 2 euros and 9 cents in Estonia. And let's end our comparison with something healthier. So with orange juice, which was 2 euros and 25 cents per liter in Finland. And it was 1 euro and 55 cents per liter in Estonia. And the summary of this category shows that the drinks, the beverages, are definitely more expensive in Finland. So both countries, Finland and Estonia, have deposit system for bottles. So for plastic, tin cans, and for glass bottles. And you have to pay a little amount of money when you buy the product, and then you can get that back when you return the bottle or can. And in Finland, for 1.5 liter bottle, it's I think 40 cents, and in Estonia it's always 10 cents for everything. And here is the total purchase price, and you can clearly see that Estonia is cheaper than Finland, and Finland is more expensive. So 128 euros and 4 cents in Finland, and 108 euros and 91 cents in Estonia. But it isn't actually as simple as it seems, is it? Because the cheapness of a country, especially for a local person, depends on also how much you can purchase with your salary. An average salary in Finland is definitely bigger than in Estonia. So according to numbeo.com, average salary in Finland was 2,611 euros and 88 cents, and in Estonia it was 1,646 euros and 31 cents. And that is after paying taxes. So if you take that into account, you can see that theoretically speaking, a Finnish person with this average salary would be able to buy this exact groceries 20 times with their average salary. And Estonian could do the same thing 15 times with their average salary. So if you take that into account, you can see that Finland is actually more affordable for local people than Estonia is for its local people. So yeah, there is that nuance there. But as a number, yeah, Finland is more expensive and Estonia is cheaper. But if you take that nuance into account, you can see that Estonia is actually more expensive for local people. And here it is, the grocery store price comparison video. Nothing really shocked me, only the fact that Finland is so much more inexpensive for local people. But it's something that I've kind of speculated already before. But yeah, as I said before, making this video was pretty time consuming and difficult, so I would really appreciate your likes, comments, and your shares. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.